Because I'm a mother lover, you're a mother lover. We should smash each other's mothers. Smash each other's moms.
Okay, here it is, first week of KPL. I hope you all enjoyed that new little intro for our season where we are drafting things that Markiplier would smash. So welcome to that. This team is somewhat what I expected. I didn't get to face a Levani in mocks, which is scary. And I definitely expected Terra flying on the Sarah Ledge, or on the Roaring Moon, but it's actually fairy, so no flying there. But we'll just have to see what happens with that. Ditto still seems like it's going to be pretty strong in this match. Low battery. I hope we make it. We'll see. So yeah, now Mewtwo was my dedicated lead, but that was expecting Sandy Shocks to be here to set up a bunch of hazards, but that is not here. So that makes things a little interesting. I'm going to then lead with this, and we'll see what happens. We're Focus Sash. This was my secondary possible lead, so we're just going to see what my opponent wants to go for. We'll see if it's a Groudon off rip, or we'll see if it's something else. But yeah, we're gonna let our opponent set the sun, and we're just gonna hopefully take advantage of it, and we'll see how that goes. So good luck, have fun. It's actually a Levani lead, very interesting. Maybe expecting a Lilligant lead. This is fine for us, I think. Definitely could be it could be something like the Sticky Web here, but we have Defog for that, so that's fine. I'm gonna Icy Wind turn 1. This will break a potential Sash, lower the speed, and then we can Defog afterwards. So this is not bad. I should be fine here, actually. Could be like Taunt, maybe. That could be annoying. But besides that, I think we're doing just fine, and anything that wants to come in is going to have its speed lowered. Yeah, so this is not the best lead for my opponent. Good for us. I love that. It actually is the Groudon coming in, so this is fine. This is fine. There is the sun. The sun is here. We're going to Icy Wind. This was a last-minute addition, and that kind of works out. Really cool tech there. Going ahead and lowering that speed. We should be guaranteed faster here, I imagine, but it's a matter of, do we want to stay in, I guess is the question. So let's see if we are. See, he's definitely like max HP to take that amount. He's definitely got a lot of bulk. This isn't like a faster, more offensive variant, I don't think. But it is good to know that he is now -1 speed. But who knows how much speed he's running. We're naturally faster anyway, so it doesn't make a huge difference. But so we could do a few things here. I think the play is probably just going into this. Yeah, I think just going Primarina is going to be the play. I think Icy Wind is definitely going to be an interesting tech. We're gonna preserve the Sash there. He could be setting rocks here, which is entirely possible. Fire Punch. Okay, cool. So we get this in, which is nice. I'm just gonna click a safe Ice Beam here. I don't think there's a reason why we don't right now. I think that's fine. I'm pretty sure this was the Corviknight team, if I'm remembering right, and I remember, if that's the case, I'm pretty sure Corviknight just like was so good into my team. Let me check. I gotta see. Yeah, Groudon goes, so that's fine. What comes in? Petulant? Okay. I mean, Petulant doesn't have the best special defense, so this should do an okay amount. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It is Black Sludge, or Leftovers, same difference. Weird that it's not Black Sludge in case of possible like trick shenanigans, but either way, same thing in our case. Let me get that team pulled. If it'll load. Yeah, this was the Corviknight team, so kind of surprised to not see Corvi in this, honestly. And I'm gonna go Ditto here. I'm gonna go Ditto here, because this will block the Malignant Chain shenanigans from being a problem. So if he wants to go for that, that's fine, and then he'll have to use Shadow Ball next turn. Toxic, perfect, that works too. So that will absolutely work. So yeah, we are scarfed, so he's got to be fearing a possible Shadow Ball. Yep, there it is right there. He actually does not have Malignant Chain. Very interesting that he does not have that. I'm gonna Parting Shot out, actually. That's what I'm gonna do, and see what my opponent wants to do. So yeah, I imagine you switch here because a Shadow Ball is like super obvious and is gonna do a lot. Yeah, there's no way you stay in on that. There's no way. So that's fine. Back into Groudon, sure, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. Parting Shot out. Weaken this thing a little bit, and we're all good. I also need to be checking my Sun turns just to see where we're at with that, because that could be something that could work out for us. We also need to see if he is the Heat Rock, because that could be a big deal as well. Do we just go this and click Sleep Powder? I mean, he has Leavanny, but I mean, Weather Ball. I mean, although Leavanny's faster than us is the only thing. I could just go this and fire off a huge Ice Beam. That's also a possibility. Yeah, that's also definitely a thing that we could do. I'm gonna go Prim. It's the safest option. And yeah, he's definitely going for a late game with Roaring Moon, so I imagine that is going to be booster energy, which I'm not a fan of. Definitely not a fan of. So last time I Ice Beamed and he went into Pecharunt, I imagine you mix things up this time. But I mean, what's your best play? You can't really go into Ceruledge safely. And Ice Beam covers for pretty much everything else. So I think Ice Beam is pretty safe. He actually carries the Thunder Punch. It's good tech. That is good tech. We do eat it, but that is good tech. Big damage on Groudon. Big damage. So let's see. I imagine yeah, so you are Heat Rock. Okay, I want to save this. I don't want to take any extra damage. I feel like going into Ditto is pretty safe though, just because I feel like he has to go for the Thunder Punch again. So yeah, I think this should be safe enough. I mean, if he wants to switch up and go for like Precipice Blades, I guess he can do that. But I mean, you know, we're threatening a possible live, because I feel like that was almost a roll. It was pretty close, I think. But so yeah, now I get your Groudon. Thank you for your Groudon. It does go for the Precipice. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't do all that much, so that's good. That's good. So we get to see Fire Punch, Precipice Blades, Stealth Rock, Thunder Punch. Definitely not a bad set at all. He does not have anything off the ground, which is good. So I guess the question is, like, what do you do here? The other thing is that he obviously didn't bring any removal, because he knows that I don't have any normally on my team. So I'm tempted to just set rocks, because then he didn't bring any removal into me. The other obvious option is just going for Precipice Blades and getting damage up. That is the question here. I think the damage is safer, so I'm just going to click the Precipice. Yeah, he doesn't have anything off the ground, so there's nothing immune to this. He does go Wake, so I mean, this should take a decent chunk. And your Sun is actually going to run out this next turn, so it is special attack boosting. That is what we were expecting. Now this thing could be Scarfed, is the thing that we're kind of worried about. So Photosynthesis does run out here, but he's likely Scarfed. So that is that's a little tough there. I do think that Oricorio is probably our best bet here, because we actually calced this in mocks, and it actually like tanked this. We're max special defense max speed. Very weird set this week, but yeah, we should be able to eat pretty much anything he wants to go for because the sun is not up boosting him, so that should be fine to just go ahead and switch out into Oricorio. I have to keep Ditto around. Ditto is just too integral to this team. I have to be able to steal his stuff because my team is obviously not strong enough. Hydro team with no sun, ooh, it's probably a roll. It's probably a roll. Unless, are you specs actually? Because you might be. Let's see, Walking Wake into Oricorio, Hydro Steam. Either he like max rolled timid, or he's modest. I could honestly see it either way. I think Tailwind is probably my best shot here, to hopefully get a good speed boost going and go from there. Hopefully we get low roll here. You are timid. Okay, good to know. Good to know. This is clutch. This is clutch. Big Tailwind there. Good stuff. We take those. Okay, I guess the question is, do we U-turn at this point, or do we let this go down? I feel like it's time to let this go down, and then at that point, I think we go hard into URSHIFU, maybe? That might be the play, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna click Icy Wind here. Okay, does stay in, good. Him switching there would have been the worst thing, actually. Yeah, does take this. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, we're gonna go URSHIFU here. And I don't think you have a really good switch in, because you haven't been able to actually get your Terra up yet. So I think that this is gonna be the play at this point. The question, I guess, is, do we go ahead and SD right now expecting a switch, or do we just Wicked Blow to go ahead and take this out? Because I mean, there's no way you live a Wicked Blow at half. You still have your whole team, but I mean, nothing is taking this. So I feel like we have to just Wicked Blow, take something out, question mark, you know, like, and keep going from there. Yeah, I'm gonna Wicked Blow here. The crazy play would be going hard into Roaring Moon, because that would be kind of a dumb play in my opinion. But he very well could do that, and if so, then more power to him. But a CC would have just taken him out. So it's kind of a 50-50 here, because yeah, you got Pecharunt possibly calling me to click the close combat there, but we call that and get the Wicked Blow off. There's no way you live. That's gone. So very, very good. Crit is guaranteed.
Smash.
So good stuff. Pecharunt out of the way. So I mean, trading Pecharunt for the Oricorio is not too bad, honestly. I think Moon comes in here, which is obviously a problem, but we'll just have to see what we do here. The only thing is that Moon obviously beats itself, which makes this a little bit harder for Ditto, and we're just gonna have to figure out what we need to do to work around that. Actually goes Groudon. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, you had two ghost types, so I guess Wicked Blow was super safe. So he's trying to get Sun up for the Sun up for the Roaring Moon, but I mean, basically it's like sack Primarina, then go Lilligant, I think, and then question mark Profit, I think. So I think we just click Wicked Blow again. I mean, the other option is him possibly calling that and going hard Roaring Moon, but I feel like that's a little too risky. So yeah, he just gives me this. So all right, URSHIFU taking 2 KOs pretty early.
Smash.
So yeah, I mean, that was the whole thing. I honestly tried to get this sequence multiple times in mocks and just could not get it to happen. Where we take out 2 things, including the Uber, but definitely Roaring Moon definitely comes in here. I don't think there's ever a world where anything else comes out at this point. I don't know if he thinks that I'm banded, maybe because I'm just going for the same move over and over. Hopefully bluffing band may come into play because Walking Wake, yeah, it goes Moon. Okay, good. Not good, but yeah, that's what we expected. So I think we have to go hard into Primarina at this point. This thing's rough. This thing's gonna be super rough. I wasn't sure what he was going to do in this. I really thought that there was a good possibility he went with flying and go acrobatics kind of stuff, but I did say he might go fairy for the defensive type of capability. In which case we're very sad, but we'll see what happens. But I think we go into this. He's gonna Terra Fairy for sure, but we have to keep Urshifu around. We definitely have to keep Urshifu around. Yep, there's the Terra. Makes sense. Makes sense. He has to do that. Luckily, Urshifu did take 2 with it, which is nice. But this thing is the biggest threat. This thing is the absolute biggest threat on the team. No doubt about it. This thing is ridiculously strong. Yeah, just free Terra Blast. No reason to click anything else. Yeah, there's no way we live. So Primarina goes down. You did good. You did good, Primarina. You did good. We go into Lilligant, I think. Because I imagine that we can't beat his Roaring Moon with Ditto. So I'm going to go into this, and we're going to click Sleep Powder, and hopefully be okay. We will see what happens. Yeah, I'm going to click Sleep Powder here. Hopefully he's not random. Okay, yeah. Hopefully he's not like random Lumberry or something. Leavanny was super risky, honestly. Leavanny was super risky because I could have just clicked Weather Ball predicting that. It was kind of obvious. In fact, it was pretty dang obvious. It was pretty dang obvious that that's what I was gonna do. But yeah, oh well. He called it, so it is what it is. So Grass Move is super free here. I could go... Oh man, this thing's hard. It's hard because this thing is super frail. So I'd really rather not take a huge hit, but something's got to take the hit. And it's gonna be a little messy. It's gonna be a little messy. This thing is possibly focus sashed, which is gonna be a little tough. The other possible option is just clicking the Weather Ball, predicting him to call me to switch out on him, possibly going for like a sticky web. That's the other possibility. Because yeah, he's guaranteed faster than me here, and I imagine that it's just an Oko. Yeah, this is not ideal to what I would have wanted to do. I definitely should have clicked the Weather Ball because this was super obvious, but yeah, it is what it is on that one. So we're gonna become Leavanny. This is probably gonna hurt whatever he decides to do. Solar Blade maybe. Just SDs right off. Wow. Okay. I could have just Weather Balled right in your face, my man. I could have. So we are faster, is the thing. I think we just click X Scissor. We're guaranteed faster because we're Scarfed. You're probably Sashed. Yep, you are Sashed. But that now allows us to Sucker Punch with the with Urshifu. So very unfortunate that we lose Ditto here, but we had to break the Sash somehow. So yeah, it is what it is. So we're gonna go this. We got a Sucker here. We're going to play some Sucker Punch games, I think. It's pretty obvious that we have Sucker by us doing this. The other option is to possibly Swords Dance, but that seems a little greedy. That does seem a little greedy, possibly doing that. This is tough. This is tough. I think I have to click Sucker. I think it's my only option here. Okay, yeah, so he's going to try to stall out our Sucker Punches by clicking Webs. Which is unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. Let's see. Let's see here. Webs really suck, especially for the late game, because that puts me in a really bad spot with Roaring Moon, although we are boots on Mewtwo, so it's definitely not over. It's definitely not over. So it's basically like, it's going to be a bunch of 50-50s at this point of getting SD versus him. He actually switches. Dang. Just goes hard Moon. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm getting read like a book here, but I mean, it's just crazy that he was willing to just let that thing go down to Sash immediately, because that would have been really, really rough. That would have been really rough. So the question now is, so there are a few questions, I guess. So what do you have? You have Ceruledge in the back. You have Leavanny at 1 HP. You have this, and you have Awake at like 50%. So, I mean, I feel like Mewtwo still has a shot, but we've got to get out of Sun first. I don't know how well Lilligant is going to do, and I don't know how well this is going to do. The question is basically, do I need this or do I need Lilligant? And I honestly feel like Lilligant may be... but the priority's good, though. I think we have to get... I think we have to lose this. And Mewtwo is boots here. The Sun is still up, though, which is going to be a huge issue. The Sticky Web, yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunately. Terra Blast Fairy, yep. I don't know that we live that. We do not. It is a Roaring Moon in the Sun, so that definitely helps out a lot. We may just lose here. We may just lose to Roaring Moon. This was what we were calling originally as being a big threat, and yeah, it is turning out to be such a threat. Yeah. So I think we have to go into this, but I don't know that we live a hit. I don't think we do. Let's see. Into Roaring Moon. Terra Fairy. Yeah, I mean, if he's got knockoff, we just die. I imagine he does. But yeah, if he has knockoff, we just die to this. So it is what it is on that. But we just click Psy Strike, I think, and go from there. That does the most damage. So we'll click that. The boots definitely are nice to make sure that we stay faster. It does a lot. Actually goes for Terra Blast. He might be locked in. He might be banded or something. In which case we'd probably die to this again, and we'd probably die to that anyway. No! You might be Scarfed then, actually. So this is not over. This is certainly not over. I think we just click Psy Strike again. I don't think there's a reason to click anything else. You don't get any priority on this. So, yeah, Moon's gonna go down. Okay, this is not over. Moon was really the check for URSHIFU, so letting this go down definitely helps URSHIFU out. So we'll take that.
Smash.
is the game over? Probably, but we'll see. Being boots on this is huge because this was always going to be a originally this was actually Life Orb, and it was a very late switch to boots, and that is definitely paying dividends right now because otherwise I would not have gotten out of this because I don't think Sucker Punch would have done enough. Go Ledge here. So this is the tough thing. So if he's Jolly, I actually have a chance to live a Shadow Sneak. But I also have an entire URSHIFU that I could possibly switch into if he goes for the Shadow Sneak. The other option is going for a Bitter Blade, but then he's going to eat a Psystrike in the process, which is not ideal for him, obviously. But honestly, it doesn't even matter because the Sucker Punch does so much to him. I think the only problem would be a possible close combat into this, which does a ton. But if he's Jolly, it does not kill. Yeah. This may be a misplay. The play may have been to hit it first, but I feel like he has to go for Shadow Sneak here. He may just go for SD and get greedy. We'll see. But, I mean, we have Sucker, so I'm not too worried about the webs at this point. Poltergeist. Okay. We should eat that very well, actually. That did decent damage, honestly. Poltergeist. No, that's about normal. That's about normal. 24 to 28 for Jolly, so that's about normal. So he does die to a Sucker Punch here. He dies every time to a Sucker Punch. We do not need to Swords Dance for any reason. There are 0 reasons for us to Swords Dance at all. I'm wondering if he, but I mean he knows I'm not choice now, which is fine. But I'm wondering if he tries to like Shadow Sneak to outdo my suckers. But also if he clicks Close Combat, then I just die. I'm gonna click Wicked Blow, him trying to call my my sucker. He goes for Bitter. We should live this. We do. So yeah, we'll take this down. It is sashed, which is what we thought. So now we begin more Sucker Punch shenanigans. Weak Armor again. As long as we get the Sucker Punches right, then then we should be, then we can get out of this one too. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. But Shadow Sneak will just win him the game now, I think. If he's got Sneak, I think he just wins. I don't think there's anything I can do to stop it. No, Sneak doesn't do enough, actually. But it would force the... I believe it would force Sucker to fail, though. So that's kind of the tough prediction there, is whether or not I Wicked Blow here or not. Oh, this is a tough endgame. This is a very tough endgame. I definitely, like, I did okay in the middle, but I definitely misplayed around Roaring Moon. And Terra Fairy was definitely very, very difficult. Oh my god, we get it. Oh boy. That's big. That's really big.
Smash.
Actually. We'll take that. We get that right, so goodbye that. He probably clicked Bitter Blade again, expecting me to overpredict, and I just got the 50-50 right. That's all it was, a 50-50, so we'll take it. So now it is just Leavanny and Walking Wake, I believe. Walking Wake. Sucker. You should be in Sucker range at this point. So I'm going to click that again. You should be in Sucker range, in theory. Yep. Yep. URSHIFU, let's go.
Smash.
URSHIFU, man, wants to make its name on this team, man. Urshifu is going nuts. I love it. And honestly, and we win with Mewtwo, even if this dies. We win with Mewtwo because Mewtwo's so much faster and we're boots. So we don't have to worry about the webs. So yeah, I mean, he has to click X Scissor here, I think. He can try to outplay this, but we've seen his set, and this thing doesn't get any kind of priority. And we are, and we're boots on Mewtwo. So right now he's just kind of playing for diff. He can Swords Dance all he wants, but yeah, eventually I'm gonna click Sucker again. It's just a bunch of mind games. It's a bunch of 50-50s. But I'm gonna click Sucker again. We'll see what happens. I'd like to preserve the 2-0 if we can. If not, it's not a huge deal. Low battery, please survive. Please survive. You can do this. You can do this. Don't take forever. You're gonna make my Joy-Con die, and then I'm gonna be sad. Please. My Joy-Con, I forgot to charge it. No. He Swords Dances again. What are we gonna do? He's having to count Sucker Punches at this point, I think. And I don't know if he knows how many I have. I'm gonna click it again. I'm gonna click it again. Hopefully he lost count. Hopefully he lost count. That is the one thing about that is the one thing about this and not playing on Showdown, is that you can't just look and see how many somebody has. You have to be keeping track. Okay, cool. Very good. We get that. Oh my god.
Smash.
That was super sketchy in the middle. Super sketchy right there in the middle. But Urshifu earning its keep, man. Coming back and cleaning everything up. So good stuff. We actually won a game with our meme team of Pokemon that Markiplier would smash. So good stuff, man. Absolutely good stuff. GG's to my opponent DBT. Really good start to the season. I hope you all are looking forward to some more memes, to some more quality gameplay, because that's definitely what you just got. And yeah, we'll be back next week with another match, and I'm looking forward to it. So until next time, stay safe out there, stay healthy. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.